Shopper came back and wants to get started with the video. Why do people like the Hulk? I've been asking myself this question over the past few months, arguably up to a year, because I've noticed that pretty much the archetype of the Hulk is he's a big green monster and he's strong and that's it. Some of the best compilations is just of the Hulk's strength, and it has nothing to do with his personality, nothing to do with Bruce, nothing to do with the complexities of his backstory or anything. It's just Hulk strong and that's it. You're a big green meathead and that's it. Nothing else. He's just very strong and that's it. And Marvel have taken every opportunity in the MCU to butcher and mutilate anything the Hulk does. And maybe because Universal still own the movie rights, on which maybe I was the most boring, lame kid I've ever seen growing up. But I loved the 2003 film. I loved it for years. And the biggest complaint I've heard about the movie is that it's boring. From a kid who skipped through all the Transformers to the end, every single Michael Bay film up to the third one. As a kid growing up, I skipped towards the end. Well, not with Transformers 3, no. No, I know, not that. But the first two movies before the third one came out, constantly skipped to the end. I just find it strange that I could sit there and watch the entire movie without skipping through it or anything. I don't know, maybe I was a strange type. Then you look at, what are some other comparisons to Hulk, right? But people say it's good or bad. Well, they're saying, well, they want some Hulk action. Well, no one talks about the Hulk action in the 2003 film, which heavily inspired Hulk Ultimate Destruction. The whole hammer swing with the tanks came from that movie. Like most of the things that's in that game came from that movie, in which that game inspired the 2008 film. So if you don't like the film, you can at least announce, hey, you know, this game was inspirational for the Hulk. It just don't matter. Okay. Let's say we need a more solid-based movie. Well, most of the 2008 film, not much is happening. He's trying to cure himself. And he turns into the Hulk, and then you have an entire, like 15, 20 minutes of him tracking down Betty, and then the university scene, and then the Hulk and Betty in the cave, and then the Hulk and Betty going to run again, all the way up until Emil Blonsky transform. I don't see what all this action in the 2008 movie is. Maybe because it's a shorty movie, but you realize that people just don't care about the complexities of the Hulk, and they only see him as a big green monster, especially Marvel Studios. I said one of the best scenes, I just thought about this while downstairs, about 5 o'clock in the morning going on 6, 8 minutes till 6, and that is, what if in Thor Ragnarok, right, that someone calls the Hulk Bruce and he responds to it. Now some might say, why that be a big deal? Because throughout the series or throughout the entire franchise, Hulk has made it evidently known that the Hulk is not Bruce Banner. He's not connected to Bruce Banner. He's not the same as Bruce Banner. But if he was to respond to Bruce Banner as just not Bruce Banner, just Bruce, as like a quick scene where it's just like you gloss over, you miss it, it'll be a big growth and development for the character. Because one of the key components of Planet Hulk, or World War Hulk, is Bruce Banner and the Hulk was more or less on the same page. More or less. Which goes into what the Hulk is this period, and that is the Hulk is Bruce no matter which way you cut it. Doctor Doom surgically removes Bruce Banner and he came back. Doctor Strange has tried to split the two. It's just Hulk is literally just Bruce Banner. There's no what if or buts. We've seen what happens when other people get the Hulk powers. Jennifer Walters. Now, she was unstable at first, but overall, didn't have ultimate personality. Amadeus Cho, no ultimate personality. A-Bomb, no ultimate personality. Dr. Samson didn't develop ultimate personality until years later. Red Hulk, no ultimate personality. Or Emil Blonsky, no alternative personality, and he was hit with double of the stuff that Bruce Banner was. So you can see a consistent trend of where it's unique, like the situation that happened to the Hulk is purely unique to Dr. Robert Bruce Banner. Whatever his father was absorbing through his skin, whatever Bruce Banner's great-grandfather was absorbing through his skin, that and the combination of gamma bombs from child abuse and a fractured psyche as a child helped create the Hulk. But the whole other renditions of the Hulk are literally just him being ashamed of his life with the teenage mob with Joe Fixit. Professor Hulk is just the supposed psychosis merged, quote unquote, which is still just Bruce. What else before that? What else? Let's. Oh yeah, Dark Green. Just the Hulk with the extremist virus. It's it's time and time again you see the exact same thing. The Hulk and Bruce are literally the same person. You cannot separate the two. It's not possible. You destroy the Hulk, you destroy Bruce. So to see where in either the MCU or the comic books or the movies, no, that kind of does it with the 2000 with the Ultimate Destruction. It goes to the whole. It hints towards the Devil Hulk thing, but it never 100% explains what he is. But he shows up as this monster. But if you go through the whole, oh, another thing, another personality. The Devil Hulk comes from this perspective, mentality of him as a child, want to protect him from his father. So it's literally just his fractured psyche, form of different personalities in his head. Where and the Pete Davidson run, they were fighting each other, which inspired the '90s series intro and that episode with Joe Fixon, which I didn't know the series was only 2 seasons. So, growing up, top 3 favorite superheroes was Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman, and that's just the way it was. But over the years, I've always loved the Hulk, and the Hulk has more or less moved into #1, with surprisingly Iron Man coming up to #2, sharing the same spot with Spider-Man, because I don't know, I always like Iron Man, but it's really the '90s series that got me really into Iron Man after seeing like the first 2 movies. And like some books and everything else. But I don't know, maybe I was the most boring child in the world to enjoy the 2003 film. I want some action, give you some of the best Hulk action, some of the best Hulk fights. And you just see the passion Ang Lee had for the film. He's an actual Hulk fan. He's an actual person who read the books. He's an actual person who did all this work. And it's just like, it just doesn't matter. It is the way people see the Hulk as he's some type of different person. They're the same person. He cannot cure the Hulk. He just can't. He can't get rid of him. I don't know. And you look around and see how people look at the Hulk. They don't care about his mentality. They don't care about his Hulk villains. Don't care about, like, we're gonna have the leader show up in a non-Hulk film. Why? But then again, it's the exact same with MODOK. So AIM won't never exists. Why? So we're gonna have Thunderbolt Ross as president, the leader, and Betty show up in a non-Hulk film, just to spite Universal. Whatever happened to that Hulk miniseries? And then you have an entire development of his son, which Kyra doesn't exist. She just doesn't matter. Just like how they butchered Korg and Meek. And it's just... And people just suck this garbage up. Thor Ragnarok was amazing. No, it wasn't. It butchered the entire Hulk story. But it just doesn't matter. His mental psychosis doesn't matter. Any type of complex character development of him accepting the situation doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Him getting along with She-Hulk is never going to happen. Now, General Wolf was supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a parallel to Bruce, not the same. Especially since we don't never get that classic Bruce dialogue, Hulk dialogue, where he's just like, I'm Hulk, or Hulk the strongest there is, or just the Savage Hulk persona. And that's another thing, right? I say the Hulk over the years have been very interesting. Cause we all know what the Savage Hulk is. And you have the Immortal Hulks and the Devil Hulks and everything else like that. But ironically enough, the Savage Hulk can speak proper English when he wants to. It's the strangest phenomenon. You go from one moment the Hulk talks in the third person. Then the other times as Savage Hulk, the Hulk talks like a normal person. Not 100%, but it's an interesting dynamic I noticed. Then you have Indestructible Hulk, and it goes on and on and on with the whole Hulk things and different personas and everything like that. I don't know, just interesting side notes. It's just a side note. You know, somebody said, what is the perfect example of this? Earth Mightiest Heroes. That is Savage Hulk speaking regular English. And he still have the Hulk strongest there is quote. So, well, that's the TV series. It happens in the book as well. It's an instant phenomenon. You gotta look at it and pay attention to it. But the Hulk is just not entirely, you know. Just also, it goes to another thing with the Ang Lee film. In the Ang Lee film, Savage Hulk or just Hulk period is not some brain dead meathead. He's not just some type of strange monster that just raises out. We have an entire scene where he's just out there in the middle of the desert just looking at plants. And that's just literally it. He's just out there just chilling and dealing. having flashbacks to what happened when he was a child. It slows more a complex character in a mental state than just, it's whether he's mad or he thinks about Betty, and that's it. It's just, mm, mm. But everybody want to complain about flanderization. But they can chop up Butcher the Hulk and no one cares about it. Video games and everything else is just, And I don't expect every series the world to be an entire diatribe of how Bruce Banner became to be. No, but it's just, he don't gotta be a meathead. The 2003 game proves that. Well, Hulk Ultimate Destruction proved that. Now, why can't we get the whole series adapted with a Thing and a Hulk, which is one of the cosmic venture, which for a bucket of chicken instead? And Grimm's just upset about this. Which is another case where the Savage Hulk can speak plain English. It goes back to what I'm talking about. So, I do believe the Savage Hulk is not just some type of brain-dead meathead. He is stronger mentally than he looks. Even though, quote-unquote, he has the mind of a child. Which is ironic now that I think about it. Because, Savage Hulk versus the Red Hulk, he compared Avon, the Thor compares Avon's speech to, he speaks like a child, but he has the mind of a man. But he never said it with the Hulk, as far as I can call, at all. Even then, he stopped saying, even if the whole Hulk is Hulk speech, he's more or less speaking regular English. It's not just this broken Hulk thing, he's speaking normal English in the Great Packard. So they go back to what I'm talking about, like, Savage Hulk is not some type of brain-dead meathead. He obviously has some form of intelligence, no matter how high or low it is. It's what it is. I want to get thoughts and opinions on what you think about the whole Hulk subject and how people view him. Because it's not about the complexities of the character. They don't care about his villains or how his villain can be used. Well, you want somebody smarter than the Hulk, you got the leader. You want somebody that's strength or stronger than the Hulk, you got By Beast, you got Zimnu, you got the Abomination, you got Fing Fang Foom. We tussled with him a few times, not a Hulk villain. But, pretty much, you want this medieval Middle Ages Knight's Tale of a Gladiator, you have Planet Hulk. You want a horror series, you got Immortal Hulk, even though I have my problems with it. Even now I got this whole new Hulk run, Hulk Gods and Monsters coming out in 2023. Like there's so much to get out of the character over 80 years of history. Roughly, give or take. And which I found ironic the 2003 film was boring. On which I'm gonna conclude there's not enough action, but the Lou Ferrigno 1970 show didn't have a lot of action in it. And there was an emotional drama at times. I'm not gonna act like I saw every episode of the show, but I have seen a few clips of the abusive father. So it just won't matter. Well, but he dared to absorb a man into Bryant Banner. Isolated by itself, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. I like to got thoughts opinion about how I see him as a brain dead meathead who's not supposed to have any type of high level of intelligence or any type of complexity to his mind state compared to Bruce or any type of earthly personalities. It's just the only reason people care about the Hulk is because he's the quote unquote strongest one it is, and that's it. There's no care for the character or his intelligence or the complexities of his existence. It's just he's a meathead and he's strong, that's it. And even then, the meathead comparison is not even accurate. So it's just, I don't know, I really like the whole character, I really do, but it's just, I can't force people to look at a character a certain type of way. Similar to the Daredevil, got like a strong fan base, with good reason. But nobody cares for Daredevil. Nobody. Truly, nobody. There's no one breaking their neck to want to see Daredevil in the MCU. What is he going to do? Literally. How is Daredevil going to somehow be any better than Hawkeye? How? But you can make fun of Black Widow, you can make fun of Hawkeye, you can make fun of all these characters because they don't do anything. And it's that brain dead, everybody can enjoy type of entertainment of going by lowbrow humor that some reason people enjoy. Just going off of the lowest hanging fruit in the world, and that's it. Like world-class human talent don't matter. And which ironically, how does a kid show what Hawkeye and Black Widow can do better than the MCU, as in her Earth Mighty's Heroes? That's embarrassing, and that's sad. There's a reason why I dislike the MCU Black Panther. It's the Black Panther I was introduced to, besides from the tour reviews and everybody was talking about it, and the World War Hulk storyline, is the Earth Mightiest Heroes Black Panther. The complexity of the characters, the intelligence. No one bring up how smart T'Challa is. He's one of the smartest men on the planet. You think they brought up in Wakanda Forever? You think that was brought up in this, how he went to America and studied in America and went to multiple Ivy Leagues? Like, T'Challa's not some idiot. He's one of the smartest men in the world. The Black Power, right, huh? I guess so. So it is what it is. It is. Also, we go to another thing. One last thing I love about the 2003 Hulk is he never goes out of his way to murder anybody or attack anybody randomly at all. Like, he tears the laboratory, but at the end of the day, which he more or less recognized to be his father, but he doesn't attack him. He doesn't attack him at all. Let's go to another thing. The attack at Tabit's house. You know, besides from beating up Tabit, he doesn't really kill anybody, really. And even then, in the movie, Tabit kills himself. He just knocked over a few things during the military escape. And he goes on the run. Even everybody inside the tank, he intentionally goes out of the way not to murder anybody. Throughout the entire film. The only confirmed kill he technically had is with his father, and even then, that was because of Thunderbolt Ross shot a missile at him. So, also, which goes into another thing, the people who were attacking the 2008 film with Emil Blonsky, those people are dead. Without question, they're dead. He ran over them with a giant tanker of that cola. Those guys are dead. He murders at least a good 10 people in that film. I guess that doesn't matter, because I guess it doesn't. Christopher Reeves killed Zod, but that get a pass. So it is what it is. We got like I got thoughts opinions about the subject of how do you think, why do people like the Hulk? Because I bring up all these complexities, and even as a young boy or a child or a teenager, I was able to look at these things. Hey, like, this stuff is great. Like I enjoyed this stuff. Like, I skipped through many other movies, but I never skipped to the 2008 one. Never skipped towards the end. Never just skipped towards the action. It's just, maybe that's just me. Who knows? But if you're in WK, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.